I have a book in me. This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the publisher, Mr. Kelly Cove.
I'm the writing coach, Dr. Oliver T. Reid, the relationship architect.
And welcome to Books-N-Brothas.
Brothers.
As you can see, we're in the same place today. So, yeah, we just came off a trick, bro. Tell them what we just got finished doing.
Well, I got finished, man. Me and Kelly was down in Williamsburg at a marriage conference retreat, man. I was doing some stuff that I love, being able to talk to men in an enclosed session. So it was amazing yesterday. The brothers were able to kind of come in and share, and I was able to share and part with them. And then at the end of the day, man, we were able to discuss books and get some in their hands.
So good stuff. Yeah. So my bro shut it down. He being modest right now, but look for some videos and stuff like that. We're gonna put it on the Books-N-Brothas Instagram. But make sure you're following us over there. And but yeah, he shut it down. He talked to the men, and one of the things, look out for a clip where he talked about the rubber ball and the glass ball. Very powerful stuff. So yeah, so this week, man, we're in the home of my brother. So you recognize one background. We're missing my background.
Missing a banner.
Glad to be.
Don't feel the same, man.
But glad to be in the same place. Y'all don't know what we've been through trying to record this. So it's hard, man, when you're on the road. And we literally been trying to record this for like 3 or 4 days, and finally making it happen this morning. Keeping our word to a podcast once a week. So I'm grateful to get it done. So today we're going to be talking about turning your pain into profits. So how to turn your pain into profits and creating a book. All right. So, bro, you want to set it off? You want to kick us off?
I would say, man, one of the biggest things that you heard, I'll do a recap if you've been following us. I believe this is the 7th podcast.
No, this is 8.
This is 8, number 8, which is symbolic of a new beginning, right? And I think a couple of podcasts back, I talked about milking the crisis.
Yep.
And so that's a good point. And remember, we talked about that being the M and milk being the message, the I mean implementing what you learn.
Yep.
The L is the lesson learned, and then also you got K for knowledge. So what I'm saying all of that is that everything you have in life brings a resource.
Yeah.
Brings an experience and an encounter is what you do with it. And so you went through that pain anyway.
For sure.
You went through whatever pain. That was one of the things about pain is it's a universal truth. Whether you're black, white, Spanish, Ethiopian, whatever complexion, there was somewhere in your life, if you live long enough, you're gonna have some pain. Is what you do with that pain. And so the biggest thing is our whole topic today is talking about turning your pain into profit, making that pain, milking that crisis. First of all, make it work for you. So my first point is make it work for you. You've already experienced it. You've already went through it. You know how you felt.
Yeah.
Nobody could tell it. It's almost like back in the day at church when it's like you used to have testimony service.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody would get up and tell their testimony. The pastor would get up and say, hey, anybody got testimony? And then somebody raised their hand. Yeah. I look back over my life and I feel like this is going on. God did this, or whatever the story may be. So you have a story to tell. So first thing, make it work for you.
Good stuff. Yeah. And then if you think about it, here's my point. You've already started sharing it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So think about, like, go back and look at all of your Facebook posts. So every morning when I click on Facebook, it shows me my memories. Mm-hmm. And if I look at those memories, I'm sharing bits and pieces of my story.
Yes.
And if you look closely, I'm sharing with you my pain already.
Right.
So you're already sharing your pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's already helping some people. So why not compile it into a book so you can help even more people? So you're sharing it. And one thing too, bro, I notice is, say someone like Real Talk Kim, who's a very powerful speaker and, ministers to women and men. And, what I've noticed is if she does a Facebook Live or she does an Instagram Live, what ends up happening? Women get on there and they comment and they're sharing their story.
Yes.
for free, and you're not getting a return on it. But what is it doing? It's providing therapy for you. You're getting it out. You're sharing. So why not use what you already have? You already start sharing the story. Why not compile it so you can begin to turn that pain into profits and put it into a book? You never know whose life or whose deliverance is tied to hearing your testimony of how you got out, how you dealt with, that painful relationship,
Right.
how you dealt with that abusive relationship. And like the movie, I think about the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It?
Yes.
How many women that movie helped deliver, that said that they had enough. So I would say you're already sharing the movie. I mean, already sharing your story, already sharing your pain. Why not begin to make profits for it? So that's my point. You're already sharing it.
Right. I love this part too. And I noticed it yesterday. One of the things, if you ever hear me speak and my brother speak, one thing we have in common is that we show transparency.
Yeah.
Even how we started this podcast today and saying, hey, it wasn't easy to do this. We on the road. I mean, we covered tracks. We've been to 2 days on the road back and made sure, and we got things to do today, but we made sure we did it. We're all still going through pain. We still got some kind of pain in our life every day. And one of the things I noticed yesterday, and you noticed this too, bro, when I started to open up and I started to play the game with them, these are dudes, room full of dudes, and one dude got up and shared something very, very intimate.
Yeah.
That I was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I had provided a comfortable background. I had prayed and just provided a comfortable background and shared my pain. And not only what I had been through, but what I was still going through. Yeah. So my second point is, when you do this, don't be afraid to fill in the open. What I mean by that, sort of piggybacking on what Kelly says, people come in, you put information, you sharing it anyway. You're out there on social media, you're talking to your loved ones. But don't be afraid to fill in the open and tell people how you feel about it. Yeah. Because what it does, it's contagious.
For sure.
And once you do that, it's like it spread like wildfire. Next thing you know, another brother said something. Next thing you know, another brother said something.
Yeah.
And at the end, we sold out of the book. And people were looking at, man, when I go get this book? And these are brothers.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, because you provide, or I provided that atmosphere to share, okay, not just my victories, but also my pain that I actually still go through.
Yeah, so think about, like you said, we sold out of books. We sold out of his book yesterday. And when I think about how were you able to write that story, it came from your pain. It came from your experiences. And those men, they needed it. I mean, it was guys who was actually taking a picture of each slide he put up. So yeah, this is very powerful. The vulnerability and the transparency that you shared yesterday. All right, next point, turning your pain into profit. What I've learned is a lot of people are afraid to begin the process of writing a book because they feel like it's a hard task, or it's this huge mountain. And this is what I say. I always say it, and a light bulb comes on when people ask me how to start. And the simple answer is just start. Make a list. That's all you have to do. Yeah. Make a list of different events, different topics that you want to talk about in the book. That's all that's all a book is. Your chapters are stories or points that you want to cover in your book that backs up whatever your book is about.
Wow.
So if you're creating a book about your pain and you're telling your story about, this abusive relationship, just start off from the beginning. How was he in the beginning? When did you notice him starting to change? When did the abuse start? Was it physical abuse? Was it mental abuse? Was it verbal abuse? What type of abuse was it? What was the turning point? Who spoke a word into your life? When was enough enough? What was the actions that you took to get out of that abusive? Okay, what was the residue? How long did it take for you to get over that? What did you decide, or what are some key steps? What are some action points that the people can take away and use from whoever reading the book? It's that simple. That's simple. Start with the list, pick out your stories that back up that list, and just write it. Just pick, 20 minutes per day. 500 words. That's all you got to do. 20 days. You got a 10,000 word book done. That's simple.
That's simple.
It's done.
Done.
It's done. And we talk about it all the time. You see what we're doing right now. We're on Zoom. Zoom is absolutely free. You can turn on Zoom and you can be recording this as a call right now, or you can do video like we're doing it right now and talk every day, talk for 20 minutes. Transcribe the audio or the video, send it up to rev.com, rev.com, and you got a chapter done per day. 20 days, you got a 10,000 word book done, bro.
No excuse. One of the things, man, that said this, I like to play on words. We say turning your pain into profit. And what I look at, man, the sacrifices that people make, that they don't put a demand back on. Say it again, like the sacrifices you've made, raising that kid by yourself, giving up your dreams because you may have gotten pregnant out of wedlock, and so you had to come out of school and take care of your kid. Now you're going back, celebrating the victories, but inside of that pain, I like to say that profit is not just a profit. It's also being a prophet or a mouthpiece to somebody else's situation.
For sure.
So what I mean by that, turning your story into being a prophetic voice or a solution, an advocate. There's so many people that I've been meeting lately that I was like, man, you got a book in you. And they work in nonprofit sectors. They don't have a book. They advocate for rape and abuse, but you don't have a book. You've been raped. They came off of drugs, and you don't have a book. And we were talking about it yesterday. Like, I was sharing with the fellas in there. I was like, man, tell me you got a story in this room. Like, you got a book within your body, within your life, within your mind. So be a prophetic voice to be a solution and an advocate, and make it prophesy, make it be a prophet, make it give back to your cause.
For sure. And I mean, let's just be honest. You would have left a lot of money on the table if you didn't have a book.
A lot of money.
And because you ran out, you left some money on the table. I mean, you can only hope that they're going to go to Amazon and buy the book. But the simple fact that he had books, he was able to capitalize on sharing a powerful message, connecting with the guys who was in the room, and they actually showed their support by coming back to the back of the table and purchasing his product. Man, I had my next point. I lost it.
No problem. But while you're thinking about that, that's the power of that. And we say it all the time. It almost makes my stomach hurt when I see people who have a story and they speak. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. I see a lot of people online saying that they need to get a second job, or they need an extra $1,000 a month in income, especially like single moms. Like I saw one single mom said, man, I just wish I had a 2-parent household and my husband was able to bring in an extra $1,000. Listen to me. If you write your book, you can get that extra $1,000. If you can use that pain and turn it into profit. And I think about, I didn't come to preach this morning. But when Moses was at the Red Sea, when Moses was at the Red Sea and he was complaining to God because they were on his tail, God says, Moses, what do you have in your hand?
What you got?
What do you have in your hand? Preach. And that's the problem. A lot of us, including me, a lot of times I'm looking around and I'm praying, and God is like, listen, what have I already given you? What do you already have in your hand that you're not even using?
Wow.
So you don't need a second job.
Nope.
You need to finish your book. You need to write your book. You don't know, like, listen, bro, let me give you, let me break it down for y'all. Just from the simple fact of my bro being obedient, writing the book, number one, all right, he wrote the book. Number two, if you haven't listened to our very first episode, he's been providing the 2020 takeover as far as his social media marketing. Okay. He wrote the book, number one, met someone at another event, sat next to him. They said to him, hey, what do you do? He told him he's a relationship architect, relationship coach, this and that. They became friends on social media. What did they begin to see him do? Post consistently his videos, sharing about relationships, speaking life in relationships, doing what he do, the relationship architect. That led to them booking him for a speaking engagement. So he got paid for the speaking engagement, lodging, go there, speak, shut it down, and sell his books, games, workbooks, and products. And we ate good.
And we ate good.
Was it a good day?
And we lived good.
We lived good. We was on the resort. We was on the resort, chilling. It wasn't even a room. They gave us apartments. Huge apartments. We was chilling, got up, got some amazing meat, breakfast buffet, slamming. Yes. It was a great day.
Yeah.
But what did it start with? It started with him writing the book.
Mm-hmm. And it was powerful, man. We've been doing this. I look back, I think you shared something the other day about a conference that we did. I think that it had to be 2014, 13. I don't know.
From that Facebook memory?
Yeah, Facebook memory, but it was so many years ago. But what I did a lot of times is that book or that conference came out of a poem I wrote in the book.
Yeah.
It was called Recovery Room. So I wrote a poem called Recovery Room inside of a book, turned that chapter into a conference.
Wow.
What if you wrote about your pain,
yeah,
struggle, and turned it into a signature event later on? Now you don't have to recreate. Like right now I'm about to do that with He-Man.
Yep.
Or the men's movement that I have. I did several conferences before, but now I'm about to take the conference and go the other way, turn it into a book.
There you go. There you go.
What about you and what you're doing every day? It really, bro, makes me sick on the stomach when I see people with all these stories.
Yeah.
We have a thing that we always say, push the button or make it happen.
Push the button.
Like what I mean by that is you got all these things that you fitting to do. Like I always say, getting ready to do.
Right.
And you actually out there speaking. It's almost like I get sick on the stomach. Like I go and I talk to speakers all the time. Like, listen, do you have a book? Nah. And I'm like, man, that's like a cuss word to me, right?
Yeah, that's that. Hey, as I always say, that's un-American. There's no way you should be conducting any type of speech, workshop, whatever, training without a book. How you calling? This is for life coaches. Yeah, this is shots fired. How you a life coach and you ain't got no book?
There's no book at all.
I never met a coach who didn't have a playbook. You're already teaching the stuff. Like you're already teaching what you do. And the people, like if you're a life coach, get you a workbook. The people are going to want to invest in a workbook. And I'm going to give you another tip. If you're a life coach or you're a speaker and places are booking you to conduct workshops, okay? Listen, when they book you for the workshop, you tell them they have to purchase a workbook for every attendee. That's more money on top of your speaking fee. Or say if somebody contacts you and they want you to speak for free and they say they don't have a speaker's budget, say, hey, do you have a resource budget? I need everyone to have these materials. Use a resource budget to purchase materials. I'm telling you, it's so much money out there that's connected to the book, but you got to have the book first or the workbook.
Man, it's there. And what I love about this particular topic of turning your pain into profit is that this is something close to you.
Yep.
You don't even have to get hyped or sized up or get motivated to write about your pain. When you think about it, it triggers a memory and the juices start to flow. There's been some times when it's not an easy thing we actually do.
Yeah.
Because now one of the things I'll say is that you got to overcome, and I always talk about this in our workshop, booking workshop, you have to overcome the fear of writing. And I wrote a lot of stuff that I look back and I'm always like, did I really tell them all my business?
Yeah.
Or did I really do that? But at the end of the day, when I get inboxes from people that's in other countries, like, yo, I almost tried to commit suicide, Rachel tapped on suicide.
Yeah.
Hey, I was about to go do this, do that, give up on my dreams. But I picked up your book. I picked up Kelly's book, Solid and Wealth Formula. Or, people will wait on you also to tell their story because they can see that, oh, man, he did it. I can do it too. But if you don't have the book out there and if you don't have the opportunity, and sometimes you have to pause and come back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're going to have to tell it all in one day, all the pain. You may have multiple trauma in your life. Yeah. All right. But at the end of the day, if you, like Kelly said, if you just wrote a 10,000 word book, 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Right? You got it out there. And guess what? You become a resource. When people Google pain, trauma, abuse, whatever it may be, they're pulling up your information and they're choosing you for an event. They're choosing you to be a spokesperson and you got it in you. That's the biggest thing I want to say. You already have it in you. It came with the thing. And I always say, man, life sometimes will parachute you behind enemy lines. And I'm not just talking about the E. Sometimes it's the inner you. And sometimes you got to break through. I wrote my first book to break free from me, bro.
Yeah. What was the title of your first one?
The first book I wrote was Don't Press Fast Forward. And it was talking about don't skip the bad spots. And I got the movie. I got the book inspiration from the movie Click. And
What's the movie?
Click by Adam Sandler. Some of y'all know that when he was going through, not going to spoil it, but he was going through life and pressing his fast forward button, and he was missing all the vital, sentimental things in life.
Wow.
And I was like, man, hey, that's how my brain thinks, bro. Let me write "Don't Press Fast Forward."
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope.
So, because we want to skip all the bad spots, and that was when DVDs were popular. That's how long ago this was. So I was saying that, hey, you can press fast forward on that DVD, and if you just walk in the room and I press fast forward on the DVD, you might say, oh, that's all to the movie. No, bro, it's a whole nother chapter that I skipped. So you have to go back to. So I show people the process. Man, people were so motivated because I kind of opened up and showed my process of where I was.
Gotcha. Well, good stuff, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Paying the Profits. Like I say, you don't have to, you don't need an extra job. You need to finish your book. You need to get it done, and you can make it happen. So our sponsor for this week, I actually have a product called Paying the Profits. It is a publishing advantage group / Paying the Profits. And what it'll do is a template that will help you begin the process of writing your book and turning your pain into profit. So it's 20 questions. All you have to do is answer those 20 questions in a minimum of 500 words, and you got your 10,000 word book done. So publishingadvantagegroup.com / pain to profits. All right. Announcement. So we changed our Book It date. All right. The Book It Masterclass in Atlanta, the date has been changed to April the 4th. All right. So get your tickets. Go ahead and get registered. We do have some left. We just had to switch the date up, but same place, same city, Atlanta, GA, Book It Masterclass. Go ahead and get registered. We're going to walk you through. If you think these podcast episodes are powerful, just imagine when you're in the room with us and we're able to ask you questions, or you're able to ask questions, and we're able to help you with the process of writing your book. So April the 4th, go ahead and register, bookitmasterclass.com. And also, if you want to write a book or you want to book us for an event, we will bring the Book It Masterclass anywhere. We'll come to your church service, your Wednesday night, and teach the whole church how to write a book. We'll come and host your event, like sit on your entrepreneurship panel. So if you want to book us or you want some one-on-one coaching, just shoot us an email, Books-N-Brothas.com, just like it sounds. And make sure you please subscribe to us on YouTube. You're following us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on wherever you listen to your podcast, and make sure you rate us. Give us a 5-star review if you enjoy it, and we're always open for questions. So make sure you're following us on Instagram and shooting us your questions, DMing us your questions, and doing what you do. All right. One thing. All right, bro. You got anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't remember the singer, man. You old school, you might remember. There used to be a song called "No Pain, No Pain, No Gain." Y'all remember that? You remember that? But anyway, no pain, no gain. Without the pain, no gain. Get the gain for the pain.
That's right. Turn your pain into profits. All right. As we always say, you don't have to get it right.
Just gotta get it go.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next week. How we turn this off? I have a book in me.
This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.